Hello there, thanks so much for tuning in. So I'm Tim and surprise surprise, this is a channel all about my hobbies. Today I'm going to be transferring over my Star Wars CCG Premiere base set from way back when, 1995 I believe. I would have been 11. Anyway, I'm transferring it over from my old Ultra Pro ring binder system to this absolutely gorgeous brand new zip binder that I just picked up from Vault-X. Along the way we'll take a look at the set, some of my thoughts and memories from the cards, although it's probably been like a couple of decades since I've actually played, even though I've watched other people play and yeah, had a lot of interest in sort of rekindling my love for this game. Quickly though, before we get started, if you could just double check that you are subscribed, and if not, why not? So a new folder is from a company called Vault-X and they do some absolutely lovely products. I'd already picked up one of their limited drop binders. This one was for Sword and Shield set 9 and they do limited colours like this. I use this one for my admittedly quite small Pokemon TCG collection. One day we'll have a flick through actually. There's some quite nice cards in here, just not many of them. But I thought that the time was right to grab another one to start porting over and taking better care of my Star Wars CCG collection. So I went for the pink one because I really like how the zip and the cover matches. It's got space for 480 cards, so there will be space at the back from homing the 365 cards of Premiere set in it, but not quite enough space for keeping A New Hope in there too. Not to worry though, because there are extras like from the 2-player introductory set, there's the enhanced edition cards, and just general extras that I picked up like from the Jedi pack, that kind of thing that'll fill up those pages, no problem. It's really, really high quality. The pages are sturdy and side-loading, and I love that they're in rows of 4. There's just something about that that looks so much better in my eyes, as well as 4 being my favourite number, so there is that. So what I had been using up until this point was, like I said, the Ultra Pro binders with loose pages in them. So they are just, yeah, sheets in a ring binder. And while the pages are high quality, I went for the Ultimate Guard 18 pocket ones. I started to feel like they weren't quite protecting my collection from the elements how I'd like, so we're switching everything over. Also, in the current binder, I'm storing like 3 of each card in there when I have multiples, and in the new binder it's just going to be one-ofs like a master set. Mostly just so that the pages don't get stretched out. It's impossible to replace those pages, whereas if these get stretched out or damaged, then you can just replace them, I guess. The extras are going to go into like a Ultimate Guard archive box for storage and for when the time comes for deck building. So I guess let's get started. We'll change cameras around, go top down. This bit might be quite ASMR-y, you never know. So yeah, stay tuned, get your tingles on. So there we go, that was the light side from Premiere transferred over, taken up just under 7 pages. One of the problems with switching to the 4x4, 4x3 I should say rather, of this folder is that you end up with the light side finishing halfway through the page. I've only got 6 cards on here, whereas in the old binder I got up to a complete end of a set of 9 before starting the dark side. Also, I hope that ASMR section wasn't too boring for you. Hopefully the timestamps helped if you did skip it. We're not going to do that again for the dark side, don't worry, we will just probably skip to the end, to be honest. That's my stack of light side Premiere sort of duplicates, as it were, for deck building, so that's, like I say, going to go into an archive. I am wondering whether or not in the folder whether I need to sleeve them, maybe with perfect fits, or possibly maybe just like some, what are the really ones that everyone raves about, dragon shields. I'm not too sure where I feel about dragon shields anymore. I quite like Ultimate Guard katanas. That's what I've been sleeving a lot of my EDH decks with at the moment. So anyway, there's that. What I'm going to do then is just transfer over the rest of my dark side Premiere, fill in any of the sort of extras at the back, like from the 2-player starter set, Jedi pack, that kind of thing, and then we'll just have a quick flick through really. There's already, flicking through here, there's just some absolute treats that I remember trying to play with, like Nightfall. I kept on trying to make Nightfall the thing when there wasn't very much support for it, and flicking through, having a look at the things like the Vaporator. I thought that that kind of thing was absolutely fantastic, but had none of the synergistic cards to really make it sort of work and stand out as a deck. And I just love that they use stills from the film. That was one of the key things about the Cyphers games, both the Star Wars game and the later on Lord of the Rings game, card stills. And I think that that's where even if I was still into Magic, the current Lord of the Rings Magic set, it just falls down for me, unfortunately. But anyway, I digress as usual. What we'll do is skip to the end, I'll get all of that transferred over, and yeah, we'll probably go top down again, just pick out a few random cards that I quite like the look of, go through them. That'll be that. That is a rebindering of the start of the rebindering of the collection, I should say. Well, there we go, that's that all sleeved up, binded up, whatever the adjective is. And yeah, we're only up to there, so used that many pages and have that many left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. Not enough, like I suspected, to fit A New Hope in here. So this is going to house my extras, my specials, things like that for now, which I don't actually have with me. I film here at the shop rather than at the flat. The flat's too small really for filming, and I think this is quite a nice little cubby corner. Let me know what you think of the studio. So yeah, I thought it might be quite fun to just have a flick through quite quickly, just take a look. I don't know if you noticed from me filing it, but it is a complete set of Premiere. None of these cards were my original ones from when I was collecting. When I was 1995, I would have been 11/12, just heading into secondary school. And the thing was, me and my best mate, Tom, and my brother, younger brother, only by 2 years, Alex, got into this. I believe Alex was the first one. He got a starter set, one of these, for Christmas, I think it was, from our grandparents. And yeah, both of us just went for it. We'd both been into the nerdy side of Star Wars. I think he had like a operations manual or something for like spacecraft and stuff like that. Anyway, we absolutely loved it. We played through until the end of Dagobah, I think it was, and then that's when Magic the Gathering kicked in, and our pocket money could stretch a bit further with that because we could buy £1.30 packs of Homelands, and so that's what we lived on and switched away from this game, but always held a place in my heart. Anyway, flicking through, so yeah, first page, quite impressive. We've got a C-3PO, we've got Han Solo, Figrin D'an, from the Cantina band, Modal Nodes, which I just love that they gave so much flavour and background to so many sort of passing and fleeting characters that were in there. We've obviously got Luke, and we've got Leia on this page. We've got Obi-Wan. We've got Owen Lars, and there was Beru Lars on the previous one. And these guys work with evaporators, and that is something that I really loved about it, that you could literally go moisture farming. And if you've seen the Covenant live streams over lockdown, then you'll know that I think it's Stephen went big for that in the deck that he built, but that's what helped rekindle my love for the game. This page, not a lot going on. We've got the Corvettes. Absolutely beautiful card. I just love that shot that they used, and always came in underpowered against Tom's Star Destroyers. So being young, we weren't really able to collect both sides. So what generally happened is if we bought packs, that I would trade my dark side rares for his light side rares, and so we kind of pretty much stuck to our sides, as it were. So I always had Corvettes going up against his sort of like Devastators and things like that. Not particularly fair, but then ground battles I tended to do better, as the light side does. All kinds of beautiful ships here, lovely shots of red X-Wings. We got the Millennium Falcon up in the corner. Y-Wings, which were my favourite ship at the time. Absolutely loved them. I think it's now a B-Wing. I'd say the B-Wings are my favourite. Again, in this corner, we've got the hydroponics station, part of the whole evaporator moisture farming kind of shtick. Flicking through, I don't have too many of the foils from Reflections for the light side, as you've just seen, but then I do have some very gorgeous ones. We've got this one, the Yavin 4 Massassi Throne Room, and that is beautiful. The foiling that Decipher did for this set was just absolutely stunning. I could spend just hours just reading the flavour text, looking at the photos. I mean, the way that they managed to get the stills so crisp, and like there's blur where there's blur in the film, but like the focus is, it's just amazing what they've done. I absolutely love it. Flicking through, there's not a lot of really sort of standout cards here for me in the effects, other than things like the Claw Slug and these guys for the holodeck game, which I always, again, tried to make a thing, but never really succeeded in doing so, unfortunately. Just didn't have enough of the pieces. Quite a few of them were rare, I think, and then the holo table only came out in A New Hope, and again that was quite hard to get hold of when you were buying like 1 or 2 packs a week, and there wasn't like the internet to get your seconds and things like that, so yeah, never mind. We've already covered things like whatever it was, the nighttime effect and things like that. Not an awful lot of shinies going on here in this section, just awesome stills. And I'm going to be building some decks out of this very soon and hopefully broadcasting it to you guys so that you can see. We're into the dark side now. And yes, I do have a lovely copy of Darth Vader. This was one of the last cards for me to get to complete my Premiere set, and so glad that I picked this up. And yeah, it's just a really special part. I never had Darth Vader growing up. I had the Vader from the 2-player, but as we all know, those white border 2-player cards are... yeah, they're not that, are they, really, unfortunately. We've got up here in the top corner, don't know if you can see that, Dr. Evazan, who made a cameo in, was it Rogue One or was it Andor? One of the two. Anyway, both of those absolutely incredible. We just, me and my wife finished rewatching Andor again. Perfect series, absolutely love it. Not even just as a Star Wars, just as a general slice of TV show. It's up there, I reckon. I really rate it. All kinds of other stuff. Grand Moff Tarkin through here. One of the foils that I absolutely love, and again just shows how quality Decipher foils were at the time, is this one. The foiling on that tie where it just reflects off the veins from the side panels. Absolutely gorgeous card. We've got, also quite proud of this one, a foil Devastator. The way that it's just in shadow, it's just looming, it's just threatening. So badass. We've got the regular Imperial class here, we've got the ties, etc. Over here, just off screen, we've got Ponda Baba. What a gangster. What a G. Anyway, moving through, because I fully appreciate this is probably taking way too long. I just love talking and looking at these cards. locations, and flicking through here, we've got the Sundown, the nighttime condition version for the dark side. All kinds of other really cool stuff. Banis Keeg is in here. We've got like things like the Kintan Strider, the dark side versions of the Dejarik hollow table guys. We've got Sense in here with Vader doing his smelling the fart acting. It really looks like that, to be honest. If you don't know what I mean, look up Smell the Fart, Friends reference. Yeah, fun times, fun times. And then that's it, we come through to the end. So hopefully that hasn't been too boring, something a little bit different. Don't worry, I'm not going to do ASMR sections every time that I refolder something, because I am going to go through and do the rest of the collection. Not that I've got too far in my collection, I'm sort of, yeah, this is good. New Hope is kind of about halfway there. Hoth, I just went all in really. Hoth's pretty much collected and finished. Cloud City, yeah, bits and pieces. If you wanted to, over on my Instagram, I just cracked open this pack of Cloud City. Every Saturday I open a booster pack and drink a beer here in the shop. I've just picked up some more boosters of Two Towers, actually, so they're going to be fun to crack. Anyway, I'm completely digressing again. As if you're a long time watcher of the channel, you know that if I don't have a script, then it's game over, innit? It's game over. Anyway, please let me know your thoughts, memories, feelings about Star Wars CCG. Could be the premiere set, it could just be general vibes, etc. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy that flick through of this amazing CCG. I truly love it. I am hoping, like I say, to start building some decks, so please subscribe if you haven't already to join along with that ride. Don't forget to do all the rest of the usual YouTube business, liking, commenting, signing over your soul. And what I'll do is I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Cheers.